Warning: this podcast may feature adult language and themes and is not suitable for younger audiences. You have been warned. Hello, Internet, and welcome to a very special episode of Hapless Heroes. Before I introduce our party for tonight, last time on the show, during the Hapless Heroes expedition into the Ziggurat in the Bramble Hills, Zero disappeared for a short while. And when he returned, even though it had only been a few moments in Telduria time, he said he had been gone for 2 weeks, and we're here to kind of give a little special episode or two, however long this goes, to kind of explore what happened to Zero. So we have a brand new cast of characters for tonight, except for Zero.
Yay.
So first off, I'd actually like to introduce a special guest, and that would be my actual real-life brother, Massimo. And Massimo, who are you playing?
I am playing Flareon the Barbarian.
Fantastic.
Real brother, as opposed to the rest of us who are brothers like the Ramones.
And then we have Mike. Mike, who are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Rovin Tossbottom. I'm a... Get it out now. A Lightfoot halfling who is a thief.
Fantastic.
And is the best thief ever to live, in his opinion.
Oh, of course. And we also have, Dave, who is playing Zero.
The Zero abides.
Zach, who are you playing tonight?
Playing a dude by the name of Spike.
Yeah?
Spike's a pretty rugged individual. My bite and bark are equally bad.
And finally, we have James. James, who are you playing tonight?
I will be playing Sven Svensson.
Excellent. And what is Sven?
Sven is a paladin dragonborn.
Yeah? What kind of paladin is he? He seems kind of evil.
Apparently he's an oathbreaker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty...
He's not a fan. He lives by his own set of paladin rules.
He's a pretty bad dude.
Lives by his own rules. What is he, a loose cannon? Does he need to turn in his badge and gun at the chief's desk?
Fuck the chief.
So that's our cast. So let's get down to brass tacks and let's figure out what happened to Zero. So we're gonna open this adventure. Zero, you got pulled out of the Ziggurat right as you were about to fire a crossbow shot.
Yeah.
And you're pulled into like a room. And before you even get a chance to see it, you just your finger just hits the trigger of the crossbow and a bolt sails into a ceiling, a stone ceiling with wooden cross beams. And standing over you is Razi.
Now, what Razi are we talking about here? Are we talking
Razi
about...
in humanoid form.
Okay. Well, when you said standing over, I felt like,
you're on the ground. He kind of pulled you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably good to clarify that. Yeah, Razi in human form, in wearing a very, very fine suit.
I'd almost be disappointed in him if he weren't.
Yeah.
Satin lapels.
Yes, absolutely. Satin everything.
Ooh. Not just the lapels?
Except for satin boxes.
No, that's over the top.
Satin boxes are fucked. Unless you're getting busy, that shit don't work.
Life pro tips with James.
Right.
You're welcome.
So Razi's standing over you, and he kind of looks down and he's like, Metal Man, my old pal. I'm here to call in a favor, and watch where you're pointing that thing.
You caught me at an inopportune time.
Well, you kind of have no choice.
Well, I just meant within regards to the crossbow bolt. It was a little hard to stop firing it.
I suppose we couldn't have known. We'll let bygones be bygones, friend.
Well, we can't
Let's,
fix it now.
Let me get you to your feet here. He kind of helps you stand. And as you stand, you're kind of able to survey the room a bit. And you can see this very large, like it looks and smells like a cellar, but it's almost like a warehouse-sized room. I mean, we're talking like maybe 60 by 70, like large, like cellar area. There's like shelves with all these crates of various equipment, potions, poisons. I mean, this is somewhat, definitely like a storehouse, but I mean, without even having to like roll for anything, you can see that there's no stairs up. There's no doors leading out. It's just like, it's almost like it's just a room with no apparent entrances or exits. And about 10 feet from you, there's a large, like, sort of conference room table. And there are 4 gentlemen seated, sort of around it. There's like a large relief map on top of the table.
Perhaps a table much similar to the one we're sitting at right now.
Yeah, maybe just a little larger than this. I don't know how big this table is.
Table-sized.
Yeah, table-sized. Conference room table-sized. And he says, well, I need something from you, so let me introduce you to my crew, and we'll get down to the details. And then we'll consider, if you complete this for me, we're fair and square. You don't owe me nothing.
Understood.
So he kind of walks you over to the table, and you see this like very large. I mean, like for the first person you notice is like, I mean, taller than you, Zero. Like this like 6'8", like Goliath, just kind of hunched over the table, like kind of with his back facing you. A halfling. There is a rather grizzled-looking human, and a what appears to be a black dragonborn. And they're all kind of sitting around this table. And he tells you to have a seat. And he goes to sit at the head of the table. And he says, okay, first allow me to introduce my associates. So we got Flareon over here. That's the big fella. We got Roven. He's the short little guy with the nimble fingers.
Yeah, don't mess with me.
We got Spike here. He's a bit of he's a great shot with the crossbow.
Grumble.
And this is my and you kind of see him sigh, my lieutenant, Sven.
I see you there, robot.
And so you don't worry about these guys. They're here on the job too, and they're gonna be keeping an eye on you, my friend. So if you cross me, I promise you that death will be the sweetest thing on your mind. Understood?
Yes, although the robot does kind of look at you just the slightest bit funny for threatening him with death.
Yeah, he doesn't even like, he just kind of maintains his gaze. It's like, okay, so here's the plan. What you gentlemen will be doing for me is securing a line of income for me while I lay low after some recent events.
That's my favorite thing to secure.
Oh boy. So he gestures to the map in front of you guys. And he says, this is a map of the volcanic mountain range of Dun Boradin in the world of Braxis. It is home to the Obsidian Forge, a powerful location for forging weapons of the highest magical quality, and it'll fetch a high price for any of the merchants here in Telduria, and provide my business with, an actual legitimate stream of income. And once he kind of finishes that thought, you kind of examine the map. He kind of gives you a moment to examine it, and it depicts sort of this topology of the volcanic mountain ridge that this sort of forge is within. And along the eastern base of this mountain range, there is like a giant red X, like kind of marking where this is like where the entrance to the forge is. And then it's sort of like, this area is kind of, I mean, just from like the map itself, because it's done in color, you can tell that like it's like these sort of these like scorched like hills and lands, like, just generally surrounding this, volcanic region. It's still very active. So he continues. Now, you 5 are going to perform a hostile takeover of this forge. It's currently owned and guarded by a Dwergar that goes by the name of Ivan von Hammerstein and his cronies. It is imperative that you dispatch Ivan and his lieutenants in order for this whole operation to kind of transfer ownership. But whatever happens, don't harm the workers. You can't run a forge of that size without a healthy workforce. And I will make them an offer they can't refuse, so you don't worry about them. Keep them alive and tell them who sent you. And with that, Razi kind of stands up for from the table and kind of like just a bit of an area behind him where there's sort of these like sort of circular stones just kind of set into the ground, and they don't really rise very high up, but you can kind of notice that they're a little bit more raised up, and begins to sort of gesture and like chant in like infernal, the infernal language, like language of devils. And you see that atop one of these stone bases, a portal begins to materialize. This fiery orange like portal starts to like take shape. Through the portal, like once it begins to materialize, you can actually see that it sort of depicts like a roadway. It's about 30 feet like from like where the location of this portal is open. And the road kind of like starts like horizontally to you, but then kind of curves off so that you can kind of see down where the path goes. And in the distance, there appears to be like that volcanic mountain range. You can tell because even from here, having it be even so far on the horizon, I mean, you can see the plumes of smoke and ash kind of rising up. But it does appear to be like quite far. And Razi, once he finishes sort of summoning this portal, he says, "Okay, fellas, so I can't drop you very close to the location without alerting Ivan and his crew, and then this whole mission would be for nothing. So it should take you about a week in Braxis time to get to the base where the forge is. I'll leave it up to you how you get there, how you handle yourselves in there. I trust my boys to figure it out." And he kind of looks at,
You got it, boss. We got it.
Yes, it'll be fine.
this portal is only one way though. So when you're ready, and he kind of hands right over to Sven. He kind of hands you this stone with like a rune kind of carved into it. He says, "Use this sending stone to call me. I'll make sure I open up a getaway for you, because then I'm gonna have to come in and talk to these workers. But I can't be seen in Braxis. I'm being hunted. You just give me, you tell me when it's all set. I'll get in there 5 minutes. I'll make him an offer, and we're getting out."
No problem, boss. You stay safe. We just don't want anything to happen to you. We got it.
This isn't one of those stone note 7s, is it? It's an eye stone, right? I don't want it to blow up on me.
Yeah, no, we stopped using the Stone Note 7s. Yeah.
Good. Eye stone is the best.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, God, Sven. He kind of just like,
Zero is just looking at you funny, like, what is this man talking about?
and he says, "Okay, well, fellas, let's get a move on. Time is money,
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah, and let's not waste any of it because you're on my dime right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
well,
this is
get a move on.
This is another world we're going to, right?
This is yes.
Okay. Prime material, or are we in one of the elemental planes?
I would say prime material, but definitely not. You're
Not
not
the
really
same
sure.
planet, but
Not the same planet, or even maybe even time. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Timeline or something. You're in a whole different world, and you've never heard of it before.
fair enough.
Nothing in the databanks for Zero.
All right, let's
No.
go, Robo Knight. You heard the man.
Grabs up his big old crossbow off of the bench where he had it behind him.
Sure.
No knight. And walks on through the portal.
Fantastic. Okay, and then the rest of you follow through.
Yep, obviously.
Fantastic. So, you guys enter into like a field. And you got the roadway there. It looks well traveled. You can see So the road that's heading towards, like the curvature of the road, the direction that's heading towards the mountains is north of your location. So the road is kind of coming over from the west and kind of curving north. And to the west, you can see in the distance there appears to be like a township, but it's quite far. You can barely see the walls dotting the horizon. And then the path north kind of starts giving way into maybe rolling hills. You can only see so far before it kind of curves up and then dips behind like a hill. So you guys, you're kind of staring down this path northward. It's going to take you several days. I mean, it's definitely over 100 miles away from your current location. Given the map, we'll just say that that Spike has the map of the area.
I got it.
You can there's a
It's in my
couple.
big pocket.
There's maybe one or two travelers inns along the way, but you're gonna be camping out the rest of the time, when you're resting overnight. So you guys just kind of set off on the trail.
Yeah. I say we roll. I say we're here to do a task. Let's get to it. We don't have time to be pussyfooting about.
Right. Okay. So you guys make your way, down the road. I'm going to just kind of quickly, roll to see if there's any random encounters along the way in your first day of travel.
Fucking A.
Oh no, you poor baby. We get sent on a mission to shoot things, and you get pissed that we've got things to shoot.
I just know how these things go for us.
Oh, what? With you dying? You're not playing Hoblet. You should be fine.
Touche. Watch tonight.
We're better than that.
I'm gonna call it right now.
It's too soon.
We're gonna go 20s tonight. It's gonna be the opposite. We're gonna just
Because we're the bad guys.
Right.
There's only one
Tonight.
hapless hero here.
Yeah. Except for you, Zero. Don't fucking.
And that's the whole reason why you're here, too.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys travel rather uninterrupted throughout the day. Just you're still kind of going through these rolling hills. Long grass kind of surrounds the path around you over these hills. The occasional tree dots the landscape, and you can kind of see it kind of continues like that for a while. Just kind of over a lot of rolling hills. And then you kind of start getting into the evening, and you can see the light of some torches. I want to say maybe about farther ahead up the path, kind of coming down one of the hills. You can kind of barely make out what looks to be just a small carriage, not a carriage, sorry, like a wagon that just kind of has some stuff in the back of it. And just there appears to be 3 torches lit, so you would assume probably 3 individuals sort of riding in the front of this wagon.
Like a horse-drawn wagon?
Yeah, the horses are kind of pulling towards you guys.
How many of them? How many horses?
Can
we see?
It's a dim light. You can still see it's 2 horses.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're
stealing
about.
horses?
I would say they're probably about 300-400 feet away still.
With our knowledge of where we're at, are we okay to assume that they are coming from?
You're about a day away from the next town, or the next inn area type thing.
Okay, so they're not necessarily coming from Ivan.
No, I mean that's still another 6 days.
Okay, I just didn't know how populated
Away.
the area was. If we saw anybody, if this
I mean,
was
there's there's some small townships that sort of dot the
Because if it
the
was
trail.
them, we should take them out. If not, I
Yeah.
don't know. Should we let them pass?
No.
Depends.
I think we
I know.
should.
I mean, I've been looking at the.
Rogan
thief
kind of
over
gives
there,
them like an evil look.
If there's 5 of us and 3 of them, we could
Twiddles
easily
his fingers.
slaughter these fools and steal whatever they have.
I'm always looking for supplementary income, fellas.
Who isn't?
The long grass, it itches my legs. I'm trying to get a drink and lay down for a little while. Maybe they got something we can grab.
So,
Yeah, they have a
as-
cart with horses that we could ride on.
Oh, he's already like one of us.
There's 2 horses.
All right,
Adapt and
I mean,
conquer.
they're getting a little closer now. They're probably about, we'll say, 200 feet away.
Can we see anybody on the? Can we see a captain? Can we see anybody at the helm of the horses?
There's
Captain.
there's a
It's a
guy.
wagon, not a boat.
There's like a
What's the proper nomenclature then?
You can kind
I
of
don't
make
know,
out
the driver. Are you a captain of your
Driver.
car?
at this distance.
You captain
Every
a car.
fucking day.
I think the term is literally wagoneer.
Yeah.
Okay, can we see a wagoneer?
Look at you with the fancy
I'm
vocabulary.
just saying.
I would say at this distance, you can make out that there are 3 humanoid shapes, and the one in the center seems to be holding the reins. The other 2 appear to be an armed guard. They're wearing armor, but you can tell that the torchlight is glinting off of the armor, so it must be some type of metal. It is not glinting off of the
I
wagoneer's
was gonna say.
clothes.
Okay,
I'm gonna shoot my crossbow.
okay, wait a minute before you do that.
Okay.
I may have an easier way. I equipped a spell called Command, which if we let them get within 60 feet, I can cast this on one of them, and then I can tell him what to do. So basically, if I can cast it on the driver, I could tell him to stop, at which point in time, then they'd be a sitting target, and you could open fire with your crossbow from 60 feet.
And also, Spike is like kind of a crossbow expert, and he has some targeting spells.
As in, you can.
What I was getting at was these guys are all in close quarters on the same wagon. I have a Hail of Thorns spell that I can cast over a projectile. Which I am
So essentially, if your attack hits, right,
Right.
then you use your bonus action to make it a hail of thorns.
Right.
So it does that instead.
And so if they're all within 5 feet of one another,
So let me
that
try
would
to
be
stop
maybe
them
a
so
good
that
first
they'll be a
attack.
central target. Because if I fuck up, then we can just shoot at them while they're driving by.
We only get one action as a surprise action, correct? So only
Yeah,
one
we
of
would,
us
we would
can
essentially
make-
if you plan this all out, you can essentially probably, if you guys all have something you're prepared to do, you can all essentially prepare your actions, and we'll just do a full surprise round.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Before we roll initiative. So yes, if everyone has an idea of what they want to do, that can
Yep.
absolutely happen before they get to you. So right now they're about 100 feet away.
So I would say at this, they have to make a wisdom saving throw then. I don't have to do anything, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they would have to save against your spell save DC when you command them.
Yeah, generally when you're casting a spell, there should be one die rolled to see if it works. Either you making the attack roll
Okay.
or them making
The
a
saving throw.
save.
Okay,
It
so
should
why don't-
generally be both.
If you can bring it to 50 feet so that I can stealthily dash to right where they are.
Deal.
Okay.
Okay, so one.
I just kind of nod at you, crossbow, and nod kind of towards the bushes.
Towards Spike.
Well, yeah, if we're both kind of taking the sniper role, we probably need to post up in a sniper-like position.
Yes.
Good idea. Let's.
Yeah, I mean, you
Let's
guys.
get the
I mean,
sneak
you guys.
attack
I
on
mean,
these
like, there's
guys.
still a lot of tall grass. You guys
Yeah.
can definitely make your way kind of into it to obscure yourselves. I mean, they can kind of see you guys, from their distance. Like, is anyone? Like, I mean, they can see you from there. Actually, is anybody holding? Like, you guys are you guys holding torches at all?
Probably if it's dark out, one of us would probably have.
Because some of you have dark vision, some of you don't. I believe so. Yeah.
So what I'm going to suggest then is that Florian and Rovin and I head to the other side of the path to avoid maybe a nat 1 catching us in the back of the head. At which point I can cast my spell, but I'm just, for our own benefits, I'm hoping that they don't swivel a whole 90 degrees and shoot it
So you guys
off.
are going to kind of set up positions
Right,
on
we'll
the
set-
side of the
we'll get
road.
the snipers on one side, we'll get the non-snipers on the other
Okay,
side.
so who's on? So is it just Zero and Spike
Yes.
on the one side of the road, and then the other 3 of you are on the other side?
Well, okay, at this point, why don't I sneak up toward where
Yeah.
you're going to stop them anyway? That
Why
way I'm
don't-
already there.
So Sven is staying in the road.
Yes, Sven is staying in the road. 'Cause
Okay.
He's going to cast a spell.
Everyone else is just hiding in the bushes, so I'll let you just be hidden there. But I would like Robin to make a stealth check since he's actively kind of moving.
25.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's stealthy. You are super sneaky.
Yeah.
So here's what we're doing. We're still going to wait until they're 50 feet away
Yeah,
from me,
well,
so
why
that
don't
they're
we-
within range from you.
Yes.
as
Well,
you're
I
ready.
also
Well, I'm-
have my
I'm-
javelin clutched in my hand from the bushes, waiting just in case
Yeah.
you yell halt at them and they're not jiving with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw it.
Sounds
So
good.
Right at their
when
face.
they get to 50 feet
Yes.
away from us, Sven is going to cast command,
Okay. On
which is on the driver. The
Okay. The
the
Wagoneer?
Wagoneer.
What does that? What does command do for the audience?
Command will, if they do not make a wisdom save, will allow me to give the affected a one-word command
That they must.
that
follow?
they must follow.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't he technically be a teamster?
I'm debating
Oh,
right
goodness
now
gracious.
halt and masturbate as my one-word commands. So we'll see how
Because he would
this
have to.
shakes
He
out.
would have to stop.
All right,
He
well-
would have to do
Well, here we
whatever
go.
I say.
They are 50 feet from you.
They are 50 feet. I am casting command.
So what are you saying exactly?
If I tell them to masturbate, maybe the horses will keep going, though.
I'd stick
He'll
with
just
the
start-
halt. Keep
I'd
it
stick
simple.
with halt.
I'm going to go with halt.
But if you
thing.
told them to
Team thing.
masturbate, if you told them to masturbate, even if the horses didn't stop, they would have to disengage before they attacked us.
They would have
Right.
to drop whatever
They would
had.
definitely be going faster with the range.
Disengage.
So I'm gonna make the wisdom save for the driver.
Yes.
What is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 13. I don't get to
Okay.
add anything to that, right?
No, that's just that's
Because it'd be really cool if I got to add something to it.
Okay, he gets a 12. So the cart immediately comes to a screeching halt. Woo! And what's happening now?
Okay.
All right. So
So I'm gonna
Time
get
to spring an
this
action,
is
team.
this is yours.
I did my
This is,
part.
we're gonna do a surprise round of combat. Okay.
So should we do initiative now?
No.
So we
No.
know what order we're going in?
No.
Before we even do initiative, we're literally just gonna. I'm just gonna go
Because
around
we
the table.
set ourselves up.
Right.
He's going to let us.
So it doesn't
kind of-
matter what order we go in. It's
No,
all
I'm
happening
just
together.
gonna-
Technically,
I'm
it
just-
all happens at once.
Right.
Right, it's all happening at once. So I'm just gonna kind of go. We already got the action from Sven's, but I'm just gonna go clockwise around the table. So we'll start with Flareon, the barbarian.
Well, I am going to go into rage mode, wielding my great axe,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yep.
you're raging.
charging full speed at him, going hard.
Okay, what's your movement speed?
My movement speed says 30 feet.
Okay, so you can make it halfway to the caravan.
Okay.
Are
That's
you
it.
are you throwing a javelin? Or
I
something?
will go with the javelin then to
Okay.
to keep that.
Who are you throwing it at? The Wagoneer or one of the armed escorts?
I'm going
There's
for
3 guys that we got.
in between the eyes of the Wagoneer.
Well, let's see how well you roll. Go ahead and give me just your attack with your javelin.
It's 11.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it actually kind of goes right in between the Wagoneer and one of the guards. It kind of just sticks and just like it's kind of like like that boing, that kind of sound like when the wood kind of or the metal javelin just shoots stuff into the wood. And then Rovin, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to. So I'm assuming, just trying to get a visual here. There's the two horses.
2 horses in the front.
There's
Wagoneer.
the Wagoneer.
armed guard on
the
each
two
side.
armed guards. They're actually on the wagon.
Yeah, they're like a long bench.
What's behind them?
Just
is
the
it
like the
a curtain?
the
Is it
storage
a
area.
door?
No, it's just like a wooden like divider that has the some like
I'm picturing almost like a pickup truck wagon where
pretty
they're
much.
all riding on
That's
the
exactly
front
what it
and
is.
the hoods
So
in the back.
I'm going to climb kind of onto that wooden piece behind them.
right because you can
Okay.
totally do that, especially as a thief.
Right. So
Right.
I'm going to climb onto the wooden piece behind them and just dagger the guy on the right, the guard on the right.
I'm going to give you advantage on the attack because you're doing this from stealth and they have no idea you're there.
Boom!
So it's a success, I'm assuming, but
What do you
it
got?
is a 23.
Oh, that's absolutely a hit. So give me your damage and your sneak attack.
Which one are you going after? The Wagoneer?
No, he's going
The
after
the
one of
guard
guards.
guard on your left, my right at this point.
Okay.
Okay. 12.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Yeah, you just shove these daggers into him and get you kind of just rip some of the flesh and he just yelps out in pain and he's not looking very good.
How much was that? 12?
12
Now,
damage.
as a bonus action, I am going to disengage, but slip kind of under them. So I'm kind of under the wagon, I guess, where they're sitting.
Oh, sure,
Does that
yeah,
make
no, I
sense?
understand. I understand what
So
you're
that
saying.
way they don't know where I am.
Yeah, they're like
Mission
okay.
Impossible style.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Boom, and then slip right underneath
Works for
them.
me.
Deal.
Zero,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Point, exhale, squeeze. We're shooting at the Wagoneer.
Okay.
I want to make sure they go nowhere. 16.
Oh, that hits him.
It's the Wagoneer.
I like that Zero's a team player here.
He has to be.
Wow.
And that
True.
hits
There's four of
for
us.
11.
Basically like a
11?
neutral, right?
Yep.
Ouch. Yeah, that one actually sticks like right into, we'll say, like his gut area, and he just like wheezes and is just like near death. Spike.
Okay, so I'm going to use Hunter's Mark with my crossbow for my right guard. Rovin's left.
So the guy,
the one that I didn't
the one that
attack,
was
right.
not hit. Yeah.
The
Okay.
unwounded.
Okay.
Who's now staring at his one friend who just got stabbed with 2 daggers and his other friend who just took a crossbow to the fucking chest
I like that my character
within a
flanks.
matter of moments.
Awesome.
I'm going to aim
So that's- it's
right
just-
for the seam between the head and the, I'm going to
Go for
shoot
the
right
weak
for
point.
his seam in his neck between his armor plates.
Let's do it.
That's a 24.
24.
Yeah.
That's with your first hand crossbow. You can make 2
Okay.
shots. That's a hit.
Okay.
Yep. You can go ahead and roll for your second hand crossbow.
There's a 13.
13 does not get through the armor, but the first one is definitely a hit. So let's go ahead and see some damage.
That is rolled 3 plus 3 is 6.
Okay. Yeah. Also, you marked him with your hunter's mark, so he's going
Right.
to take more damage too.
Okay. That is 3.
Okay, so 3 additional. So you actually did 9 total.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Definitely gets him in a weak point in the armor. Not in like a super fleshy, like super weak spot, but he definitely takes a good hit from that.
Take that.
So we're going to
Awesome
go
job,
ahead
guys.
and roll initiative now. Flareon, what is your initiative?
So that is a 20.
All right, and Robin,
13.
0.
15.
Spike,
20.
and Sven.
6.
Let's have a roll off between Spike and Flareon.
All right.
Just straight roll.
There's a 4.
That's a 5.
So we're gonna do. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
This is. It's good that we're burning the low rolls on stuff like that.
Sam.
All right. So we're gonna start the initiative with Spike.
All right. These Weasley bastards are gonna get what's coming to them. I'm
They don't have
gonna.
anything coming to them. They were just
About
traveling
to
down the
say, They were
road.
just riding down the fucking
They
street,
crossed my
and
path
all of a sudden,
when I need something.
shot the shit. Their wagon stopped and they got fucking lit up.
Yeah. What are you doing?
They smell funny and I don't like them. I'm gonna take my crossbows again. I'm gonna go for this guy I already shot, and I'm gonna put him to an early grave.
Let's do it. First attack is a
That is a that's a 9.
9. Yeah, that one doesn't hit, but make your offhand attack now with your other crossbow.
That's 18.
That's definitely a hit. See that damage.
D6 plus 3 plus 3.
That's a 12.
Big time.
You got 12?
Yeah.
What does it look like when you kill him?
I go for that neck again, and when it hits, he grasps his neck. Fountain of blood just shoots through the cracks in his fingers, and he collapses slowly. Just kind of slinks down in his seat.
Excellent. Flareon the Barbarian. You're about 30 feet away from the caravan right now.
Rovin remains
The wagon?
unfazed under the wagon as a dead body just falls off right next to him.
On the other side.
You're still hanging under the
On the
wagon.
other side,
right?
though.
I mean, that was
this
the goal. So
This
yeah,
dude
I'm
would have
unfazed.
just fallen off right next to where you're hanging underneath.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Now, which guard is left? The one on
The one,
on my left.
the one that is severely injured
Yes.
after
Right.
Rovin stabbed the crap out of him.
All right,
Yes.
so I am still very angry and now more furious that I have embarrassed myself by
You're still raging.
missing so badly with my javelin that I take out my hand axes. So I'm dual wielding my hand axes and I sprint over
Yeah, you can make it there.
to the man that is on his knees begging for his life.
Just
and
leaping into
and
the air.
I'm
the
going for
caravan.
the kill shot, just aiming
Let's see it.
right for his neck.
All right, so make your
Somewhere
make
Hoblet
your
is smiling.
main hand attack first.
You know,
Okay.
a big two-handed axe, that's a professional's weapon. 2 hand axes, that's an enthusiast.
That's a fuking psychopath.
Someone who enjoys what they're
Pablo
doing.
just has a sixth sense whenever he senses just awesome axe action going down.
That's 18.
18 to hit. Yeah, first attack hits. Roll the second one too, just to
All right.
for dramatic flair.
Oh,
That is a 8. That's an 8.
Okay, first one hits, and go ahead and roll me your
about the
hand
same
axe damage.
All right. That is an 8.
8 damage. What does it look like when you slay this other guard? I'm picturing you like you're like midair right now, like about to bring these axes down. Yeah.
I am lunging, and I take the axe that is in my wrong hand. It's flipped over now, so it's just the blunt edge
Oh sure, yeah.
of the axe
Classy.
just raining down on his forehead. It crushes his skull.
Yeah.
Brains go everywhere. Everybody sees it. I'm very excited and I'm very brought up by how devastating this blow is. It just puts him right down.
Do you stand
You're
next
very
to him for a second?
you're
and
very
say,
impressed with yourself.
I just
Hey,
let
son,
out.
are you
yeah.
okay?
Can you let out a
Looks
good
like you
howl?
took
I just
pretty
let
good
out
shot.
just a roar. Yeah.
Nice.
Give him the,
Very nice.
hey, son, are you okay? Looks like you took a pretty good shot.
Zero. Before we get to you, as a free action, the Wagoneer is going to put up his hands as you just decimated his unarmed
I was
guard.
gonna ask.
Do you accept his surrender?
That's not how we roll.
Yeah, the four of us just kind of. Well, I don't because you can't really
Yeah.
see me anyway. But I'm glaring at you.
We're
even though you
all of
can't
us
see
are
me.
looking at him to see what he's.
This is
gonna
like
do.
this is like your test.
No survivors, no
This is some
witnesses.
serious peer pressure shit here.
Well, there's a reason why
the
Zero
boss.
came back all completely disheveled, right?
Yeah.
So you just hear Rovin's voice from underneath. Just finish the job already.
Finish him. Finish him.
Zero pauses for a second. His eyes kind of close. I snap back open and pull.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Oh, you.
Oh no!
DM takes back. DM takes back.
I mean, listen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so we're rolling to shoot at the Wagoneer.
No,
this is a star
So, guys-
episode of a hapless
So
hero.
guys, here I'm gonna make this a democracy. And and now the audience can't see this, but by a show of hands, who thinks that I should count the nat 1?
That's all up.
Excellent.
Four out of four
That
thumbs
was
up.
4 out of 4.
Oh, fuck!
So let's see.
Why did Rossi get a guy from
seeing
a
as
band
how-
named Hapless Heroes?
So Flareon, since you're still standing proudly over your kill,
Oh.
you know, like just gloating
See,
about the
I
fact.
He's
I
really-
am ecstatic.
Now Massimo is definitely a hapless
Yep.
hero.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Thunder. You're not a hapless hero until you've been nat one by somebody in the fucking.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. Okay, roll your crossbow damage against Flareon the Barbarian.
Oh.
You're still raging, so you have resistance to this damage at least.
That would be 11.
So Massimo, you actually take 5 piercing damage. Or Flareon, you take 5 piercing damage.
I only dispelled 4 bolts, right?
Correct. And you can collect them from the corpses.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like if they haven't been,
Yeah.
broken off in some crazy fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You figure, I mean, it's ammunition. You just pull it out of the body, clean it off, and it's good to go unless it like shattered against something.
These are my favorite bolts.
So he shoots a crossbow at me.
No, he shoots a crossbow
At the
driver
Wagoneer,
who
and then
surrendered,
totally.
and he fucked it up.
And he
Zero
but he
two.
smashes right through my chest.
So I'll,
Like, he gets me good.
Yeah, so I'll kind of describe it. Like,
All right.
So the crossbow bolt sails off, but when Zero kind of went to take the shot, the path is a bit like rocky. It's kind of just loose stone, so his foot kind of slips on a loose stone, and he stumbles forward and just kind of like pulls the trigger, and it happened to go exactly in Flareon's direction. So you kind of just pulling out like a giant, like comically large crossbow bolt from his equally comically large heavy crossbow out of your shoulder.
Oh, what the hell are you doing there, guy? Watch
Rovin,
where you're going.
Rovin, since I guess we're still in initiative, since the surrender was unaccepted, what are you doing to salvage this situation?
I mean, clearly I just got to do it myself.
right.
So, I kind of just wipe off my dagger. Well, no, I don't wipe it off.
I'm about to say, what are you worried about giving him an infection?
Yeah, something like that. I don't
You
know.
lick it off.
I lick it off. Yeah, I just kind of like lick the dagger. I guess I got to do it myself. Then I climb up there.
I will make you roll for it just because.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I know. Please no nat ones. All right.
Technically
You know what's worse about this
best
situation?
kind.
The worst part about this situation is that I have the lucky feat. So if I had rolled in that one, I could have just
Re-rolled it, but
now,
instead-
technically speaking, since I'm in sneak attack mode,
You.
do I have advantage?
Well, I mean, you don't get advantage just because you're attacking someone. However, you make a good case that.
Thank you.
I mean, you're still hidden, and this
Right.
is sort of a coup de grace kind of
Right.
action
He
because you're like
doesn't-
right up on him. So yes, I will give you advantage on the
Because it's
roll.
not like
You
he's trying
have
to grapple out of the
persuaded
way
me.
or anything
You
like
have
that.
persuaded me.
He doesn't know I'm behind him.
You only need advantage because
Hey, you know what? It didn't really matter.
Is that another 2?
No,
Is
it
that-
was a 4.
Oh,
It was a
okay,
4.
It's a 4.
But a 9 total.
Yeah, no.
even if you got to add the other 2 into it, it'll let
You know what?
You kinda
I don't really
stumble
care
over.
anyway. I was kind of like not really focused because I really thought 0 was going to succeed anyway. So
We're still not even to the Wagoneer's turn, anyways.
I'm
We're
going to
at
take my
Sven,
bonus
and
action.
then it's the Wagoneer. So Sven,
Well, can I take
Please.
my bonus action?
oh yeah, go ahead.
Thank
I
you.
guess.
I'm going to actually travel behind the wagon and climb up into the back.
Oh, cool. All right, sounds good.
Is there anybody back there?
No, but there's a
I
bunch
didn't
of
think
crates.
so. Yeah, I figured. Rovan needs some stuff.
All right, Sven, can you just finish the job here?
Please.
I guess I'm going to throw a javelin at him since my inept counterparts. This is why the boss made me the lieutenant.
Can you just make him run away? Can we just watch him run
Just
away?
have a little
I already
conviction
used
and
If he
then
misses, he's definitely going for a run. Okay.
He's like, oh, screw this.
I don't want to use another spell slot to command him to fucking do something because I've already used one.
You just tell him to run.
Get us a.
Let him
fire
run.
one through his
So let's
chest.
Give
see
him the Rick and Stark treatment a little bit later.
That's 15.
For the javelin?
Yeah.
Yeah. You impale him. What does it look like?
Fortunately for this gentleman, I'm quite a shot. And as I sail it off, it hits him dead between his effing eye sockets and
least
drills his
Quick
head.
and painless.
And actually, it goes so far through the wooden thing behind it that it like Rovan sees it like shoot into.
Yeah, Rovan,
the-
make a deck save.
because you're in the thing. It was such a thunderous toss through this guy's skull. I just wanted to emphasize it.
And we're always trying to kill each other anyway, probably.
Rovan's really starting
Not
to hate
really
Sven.
trying.
14.
You're fine.
Okay, good deal.
All right. Well, the this caravan has come to a screeching halt. The horses are like getting really, really unsettled at this point. I mean, because that bout of combat literally took like 12 seconds or 6 seconds. You know
It
what I'm
really
saying?
did. It wasn't
So
even around.
like you finish them off like in one fell swoop. So I need someone
Hold
to,
on.
to attempt
Before-
an animal handling check to keep the horses from bolting every which way.
I will gladly.
Wait,
handle
no.
this.
Hold on. See who's got. What is it? A nature?
You should know.
Animal handling.
Oh, maybe you should.
Oh, I'm a 0. Who's got animal?
I got
handling?
2 on
I got-
hand.
You got a
You
+3.
got a +3.
Anybody else?
Hit it.
Hit it.
Let me do it.
Okay.
This grizzly.
Come here, little horsies. Come to the spike. I'm gonna wrangle you.
I'm gonna wrangle you.
Or not.
Yes, when you say it like that.
What was the roll?
That's a 7.
It's a 7. So what happens is when you say, as soon as you say like I'm gonna wrangle you, just without realizing it, you just kind of make this hand gesture where you just kind of slap one of the horses, and then they just both take off. And I need Rovan to make a dexterity saving throw, or else you're gonna just get launched off the top
Wait,
of this.
So this is okay.
wagon.
So what I'm doing is trying to stay on the wagon.
or at least like definitely
Yeah,
get
because
off
if
the
you
wagon.
stay,
It's
I'm
up
with
to you.
If you stay on the wagon,
We can
you can
still
climb up.
But
And
you don't
want to
waste
come back and
that
get us.
12
Yeah,
seconds of
definitely
time
wanna
we spent
get
trying to
the
get.
Sure.
Yeah.
So are you gonna
We
try to?
just killed the
first,
guy
I'm
who
trying to-
fucking surrendered.
I'll give
trying to
you.
It is
regain my
against the
balance.
Geneva Code.
In that case, I'll give you acrobatics.
Okay.
All right.
16.
You're able to maintain your balance, but these things are taken off like bats out of hell, except they're horses.
Okay, and you guys can't catch up to me unless
Not
I'm
even
fast.
close. Yeah. No.
So I'm just going to make a quick perception check of
Uh-huh.
what's in the wagon. Ooh, 8.
I mean, they're just various crates. There definitely seems to be like, in one of them it's pretty open. It's just kind of like has hay to kind of prevent it from like shaking around. But there appear to be some bottles, some glass bottles filled with a mysterious liquid.
Okay,
At least one of them. Yeah, and I'll also quickly say, I mean, you can tell that the horses are tethered to this cart. You're probably about, I would say, 7 to 8 feet from like because you're in the back now. From the front where like the ropes are and the horses and stuff like that.
Okay,
kind of
so
holding.
I'm going to
maybe 10 feet away. I'd
Yeah,
say.
I'm gonna jump up there and use sleight of hand to try to
Unhook
untangle them.
Yeah, sure.
20.
Yeah, you're actually able to unhook the ropes, from this cart. The horses sort of just careen off, but this
The
four-wheeled
wagons.
cart just kind of like starts like the momentum kind of, especially against the stone, like it slows it down pretty quickly, and you kind of come to a halt. Maybe I'd say 60 feet away from your companions.
Cool. So the before anybody can get to me, I'm gonna go and grab those bottles.
Yeah, I mean, there's 5 of them.
Okay.
You grabbing all 5, or you kind of like just like shove them all in your bag really quick before they see you, or are you like just grabbing them to inspect them? Like, what do you mean by grab them?
I'm going to grab them and then put them in my bag.
All right, sleight of hand for me, please. And then you're going to be going against everyone's passive perception.
9.
Okay, what?
I got a 12.
Everybody's is over a 10. So
Yeah, everyone's passive perception.
Everybody
is
saw
over 10.
me.
They all saw you. They all saw you.
I'm the
in
best
the
thief
world.
ever.
What's passive perception?
It's right in the bot. Yeah, you go 15. You rolled a 9.
Yeah.
So we all just watched him pocket these 5 bottles.
Yes.
Do you do anything about it?
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
If they fail, I want some.
Well, they might be useful.
Are you inspecting them at all? I mean, they saw you.
Do I notice that they've noticed me?
Oh, yeah.
Like
They're
I'm
like-
pretty perceptive in the sense that like
Yeah, I mean, they're all like looking at you like, "Come on, dude."
I just yell out. I go, "Hey guys, I found these cool bottles. I'm just gonna inspect them later.
Uh huh.
We'll take a look at them."
All right.
There's more crates
Does
in
anyone
here,
have anything
guys.
to say about that, or are we just?
I'm fine. Let's get to the
I
fight.
can't really trash talk too much. I did kind of shoot
Yeah,
a
you
guy.
shut your mouth, Robo.
Yeah, at
something.
At some point, I'd like to mention that Sven is going to pull Zero aside and mention that if he pulls something like that again, he won't be coming back with us. You don't get to shoot. We're the crew. You're the help. You shot and injured the crew. Don't fuck up again.
Yeah,
Sven
so
is the
because our
lieutenant.
perception could easily be that he did that on purpose.
On purpose. Right.
And I'm
Right.
writhing in anger
So
Yeah, sure.
towards
everybody
Zero.
Gets,
Yeah.
Everybody gets 1, 0.
Yeah, we're all pissed at you.
Do not let it happen again.
I'm not even going to give you one of these bottles I found.
Right. We're gonna smash one, and then he's gonna give each one of the rest of us one.
I like that idea. That's what I'm going to do.
Just to
Really?
Yeah.
You guys are so mean. This is an Evo party,
You
though.
shot Florian, the barbarian.
Yeah. My buddy.
Flareon, the barbarian.
I realized that after I said it. Then
There's still like a few other crates
Yeah.
here. So I mean, now that we're out of initiative, everything seems to be settled down. You kind of inspect the rest. There's some sort of run of the mill. They appear to be like alchemical reagents. Just like
dihydrogen peroxide.
yeah, I mean, you can't really tell like what they're for, but you can tell like they're actually labeled as like as if they were intended to be mixed with other substances. Not all of them are. The crate that you had found looks to be a finished product, but it's not labeled. The 5 like swirly potion looking like things that you found, they sort of have like a pinkish hue to them, and it's very cloudy liquid. And you can tell that like some of these like reagents, like one is cloudy, one's a little bit more clear, and they're all like different colors. Like one is white, one's a little bit red, and like you can tell that this is definitely some sort of like alchemist kit. Like maybe this was probably being delivered to like a merchant or like a someone in the town that was closer to where you guys started your journey. Something like that. These are definitely these are goods intended to be delivered to us, someone in particular.
Is there any sort of clue as to where it was headed in the wagon?
Why don't you give me a investigation to see? No, perception is fine. Perception to see.
16 perception.
Yeah, you kind of find amongst like one of the crates there's a handbill that just kind of has the it says pay paid in full for goods and services rendered. So these are already paid for, and it's going to a man by the name of Jorgen Jorgensen, and he lives in
Not Jorgen?
Nope, Jorgen.
Okay.
This is fantasy world.
Alright.
I make the rules.
There's no Scandinavia in this world.
We'll tell Sven Svensson about
Soft
that.
J's.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't have an accent.
I thought maybe he was just from South
And
Farm.
his address even appears to be it says 52 Lemur Lane in the city of Lemuria.
Which is nowhere near here.
If you look on the map, that was actually the one that had was several miles to the west of where the road kind of curved from your
I think
point.
that's
And we're going the
adjacent to
opposite
Fake
direction.
Street.
Oh well, Jorgen. Sorry.
Okay, you take just the 5 potions. Are you leaving the reagents, or what are you doing with those?
Do we have any reason to take them?
I mean, at some point, Sven's gonna be like, "We have a job to do.
I think
We
he's-
need to move."
I think it's time to move them.
Yeah.
All right.
Agreed.
You know, we did. Yeah.
So there's not really anywhere to stay for the night here. So you may have to find just kind of somewhere off the road to camp out for the night. It's kind of it's starting to get late. I mean, you guys definitely make it. You're probably about 24 miles at this point, given that you maybe have made a good, decent walking pace from your starting destination. So you still have another 6 days of travel ahead, given the pace you traveled today. And it's probably about time to make camp.
We fucked up with that animals.
And we can camp pretty much wherever in a grassland. Are we in a grassland?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that your favorite terrain?
Yeah, that is my favorite terrain. If we're there for an hour or more, I gain some interesting abilities here.
Oh, tell me about them.
Well, first of all,
Please go on in great detail.
all right. So while traveling for an hour or more in grassland terrain, my allies and I are not slowed by difficult terrain and can get lost except by magic. I'm alert to danger even when doing something else. I forage twice as much food.
Nice.
If alone, that's not applicable. Or when tracking, I also learn the exact number, size, and time since passing.
Oh, excellent. That's very useful to have around, especially because this is mostly grasslands until you reach sort of the more mountainous areas.
All right.
So, good to have you around
Pork
here.
chops for dinner tonight, mates.
Yeah, so I mean, Spike with absolutely no issues at all manages to come back with plenty of food and
grass.
things to eat. You guys have set up your campsite and sort of park it away for the night. So you guys have a relative just uninterrupted night of sleep. It's quite
Zero without really needing sleep as
Yeah.
much. As way of some sort of atonement, volunteers to stay up and do watch. It's not a lot.
Shouldn't one of us be watching him anyway?
Yeah, I'm still very upset
you just
from
hit
our
one of our
prior
friends.
engagement, so
We
I
don't trust you.
decide to stay up with you,
We don't trust each other.
just walking behind you the
I
entire
mean, are you
night.
staying up the whole night?
Whole night.
So you're not benefiting from a long rest then.
So then you don't get any of your hit points back.
Also, Spike is super aware since we're in the grassland, so
Yeah.
if there is any danger...
Spike would know about it
We
anyways.
could rest. Spike will keep on.
So I'll let Spike keep by
Yeah.
since he feels comfortable.
Because it says even when you're
In
doing
this
something
situation.
else,
Yeah.
i.e., sleeping,
Right.
that
Yeah.
would be doing something else.
He still knows. He's still acutely aware of his surroundings.
All right.
I'm sleeping, sitting up, one eye
You are
open.
alert. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Clutching your pillow tight.
night passes and we are on to morning. I mean, what time do you guys could have sort of set off down the road?
Too bad we're going...
Daybreak.
Are we going off to Never Never Land?
Like what time?
A
in the
big
morning.
man, light sleeper, I would say, right at
Enter night.
the break of dawn.
The break of dawn. So like 6 a.m.
I would say yes.
Okay. All right. So you guys set off the slightly decomposing bodies of the caravan folks. Still lay on the road. A little ways away. You can kind of still see the bodies laying there. No one.
This is Zero's second consecutive night in a room with dead bodies.
It's true. There were some dead bodies there before.
There were.
And we're just heading down the road. Another day passes. This time with really no pomp or fanfare. It's just a regular old day on the road, and I would say by sundown, as the sun is still kind of setting, the sky is, a nice, like, sort of orange, purple hue. And you kind of roll up into this very small township. Maybe several dozen houses and what looks to be like, like an inn. And like like kind of scattered around the town.
Is it nighttime? It's nighttime, you said?
It's dusk.
Okay.
The sun is still setting.
Twilight time.
Twilight, yeah. There doesn't really there's like two guards just up front with like shields and spears, just kind of like standing there. There's not really much of a gate to speak of. It's more like a wood post fence with like just a big wood door. And the guards just kind of nod to you and just kind of say, "Stay out of trouble while you're here." And you kind of roll up into this town.
Of course.
And that's where we may have to call it for this episode. So this has been a very special episode, and we're going to have to be continue this maybe over the course of another few that we'll just kind of interrupt your regularly scheduled programming with.
Not the kind of very special where somebody dies or anybody learns any lesson.
This isn't a very special episode of Blossom here.
We're just we're learning a little bit more about how Zero got to be a little
Aft in the dome.
yeah, and it's starting to make itself apparent pretty quickly already. So that's going to be it for this special episode of Hapless Heroes. I'm Francesco, your host and DM. I'm going to just go around the table and just sort of outro our characters again. So to my left, we have Massimo playing Flareon the Barbarian.
Good night, everybody.
We have Mike playing Rovin Tossbottom.
Yeah, see you next time.
Dave playing our near and dear to our hearts, our favorite character, Zero.
Good night, everyone.
And we have Zach playing Spike.
Should I do this as Spike?
No surname.
Should I do this as Spike?
Please, by all means.
Good night.
And James playing Sven Svensson.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
If you guys like what you hear, shoot us a follow on Twitter. We're at Hapless Heroes. Leave us a review on iTunes if you feel so inclined.
Leave us a 5-star review. Or I'll find you.
Or just hit us up. Like if you want to just talk to us, if you're not a social media person, you can even hit us up by email. We're just haplessheroes@gmail.com. Like, say hi. Like we'd love to chat with you.
Quinn loves his fans.
And with that, good night, everybody.
Send nudes.